Alright guys, I've had a few people asking for a tutorial on how to fit vocals to a track, so I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to start off with a blank project. I'm going to drag my acapella in.
I don't want to be left behind. Distance was. I don't want to be left behind. Distance was a friend of mine. Catching breath in a web of lies. I've spent most of my life.
This vocal doesn't start right on the beat, it's a bit indented, so what I'm going to do is find a word that I know hits the first beat of a bar. I'm going to skip ahead to the chorus, which is over here somewhere.
Most of my time catching my breath, letting it go. Breath.
I know that where the word breath hits is where the first beat would be when the main part of the song kicks in. So what I'm going to do is cut it. So what I'm going to do is make sure that stretch is unticked like that. I'm going to hold Alt and I'm going to drag the side in till it's right on the beat. And then I'm going to put this right at the start of my track.
Breath, letting it go, turning my cheek for the sake of the show. Now that you know this is my life, I won't be told what's supposed to be right. Catch my breath.
I know where the word catch is. That's going to need to be at the start of this bar here.
Catch my
So what I need to do is line this word up
catch.
with this number 9. So what I'm going to do is move the actual project tempo instead of touching any of the time stretching or any of the pitch settings on the vocal. I'm going to use the project tempo and I'm going to move it until this word lines up with the number 9. So it should be about there. I'm going to turn on the metronome, which is this little icon up here. And if you have a listen, it plays a bit of a beat so you can keep in time.
Breath, letting it go, turning my cheek for the sake of the show. Now that you know this is my life, I won't be told what's supposed to be right. Catch my breath.
So that sounds about right to me, and if you zoom right in, you'll see that most of the words now line up with the lines in the background. Might need a slight touch. So if I zoom in really close, on this bit you can see it really easy. So if you hold Alt on the keyboard, and then you can fine tune it just by dragging it. So then when you're happy with that, if you move this all to the next section, if you put the snap on bar, then it's easy to move it a bar at a time. I'll move it right over to this section at the 9 mark, and then you can unravel that, move it over another section, unravel it again, and I'll keep doing that until all the vocals out. Here we go. So this would be the bit that's in the 4-beat fill before it kicks in, and then this would be where the first beat would go.
I don't want to be left behind.
I'm going to chuck this piano loop in that I made earlier so you can hear what it sounds like with some instruments.
wanna be left behind. Distance was a friend of mine, catching breath in a web of lies. I've spent most of my life riding waves, playing acrobat.
So now that we've found out that the acapella is at 124 BPM, we can click this little button at the top of the acapella and click fit to tempo, and then you can either type in the BPM, which is 124, or you can just click project and then it'll put it to the tempo of the project. And all this does is it locks it in position, so you can then change the project tempo without affecting the position of the acapella. You need to make sure that this setting in the sample properties in the time stretch box is set to speech. And now you should be able to move your tempo to anything you like. I'm going to put mine to 165 for now, and then hit re-stretch all channels. Yes.
I don't wanna be left behind. Distance was a friend of mine, catching breath in a web of lies. I've spent most of my life riding waves, playing acrobat.
You can change this to any speed, and because we've got it set on the speech setting and we've got the time stretch properties set up right, it doesn't matter what speed you put it at, it's always going to be in the right pitch. So I could even do it at something ridiculous like 200 and it's not going to go squeaky.
I don't wanna be left behind. Distance was a friend.
But if we hadn't set the time stretch properties right and we just left it on resample, then it's going to sound like this.
I don't wanna be left behind. Distance was a friend of mine. I don't wanna be left behind.
I don't wanna be left behind. Distance was a friend of mine.
So that's about it for this one. If you have any questions, feel free to drop us a comment, or if you know of any easier ways or better ways of doing it, let me know. If you don't want to miss any new tutorials, you can follow us on YouTube or Facebook, or get involved in the Rewired Music Production Group.